Um, Many years ago, I hate to say how many, I had the opportunity to hear Robert Hessen, who is kind of a historian, and he also writes on economic related issues. Uh, at that time, or before then, perhaps, he was associated with Ayn Rand, and one or two of his pieces are even in the book she wrote on capitalism. And he himself wrote a book called In Defense of the Corporation. And there was an attack on limited liability by some economists. I think Murray Rothbard made an attack on it. Uh, and the idea was it was a grant of monopoly privilege. It was a grant, or it was a grant of exemption from full responsibility for the damage you might cause. And and he said that if there's laws that mandate limited liability, this is not a good thing. But if limited liability is something that is negotiable as an option to business, then that was good. And so, in effect, he was denying, or he was rejecting that critique that Rothbard, I think, is the one, was making. So, do you have a comment on that?
I do. Firstly, there is no legal privilege granted by the government. There is no monopoly right granted by the government. All we have at law is we have different structures. You can be like Howard Roark, a sole proprietorship. You can be a general partnership where you allow your creditors to invade your home, so to speak, your personal assets beyond the assets of the partnership. And you may be compelled to do so because the partnership is small and you can take the money out of the partnership. If you are forming a whole new company with limited liability with a bunch of other, entrepreneurs, the banks may insist, if you go to them for a loan, to get some security from your personal assets because the company is so brand new, it just doesn't have enough assets for them to be happy. And then we have a limited liability corporation. Some of them are very large, like Pfizer has, I believe, somewhere around 250 billion in assets.